Hi, I'm Deidre Ashton, and I'm delighted to have a few minutes to spend with you. I'm here with my colleague and friend, Dr. Heidi Miller, and we're here to talk to you about the Gateways to God uh, training in spiritual direction at Rolling Ridge Conference Center. 10 years ago, I found myself longing for something more, for a kind of to broaden my skill set. And there was this tug in me um, drawing me to spiritual direction. And I thought at that time it meant one-on-one spiritual direction. And I had been looking for a program for years, but a brochure came across my desk for this program. It was the very first cadre of Gateways to God at Rolling Ridge. And everything sort of fell into place for me to enter this 2-year training program. And it has transformed my ministry. Um, the surprise for me is that I learned to listen to my congregation differently than I had before. And of course, I do one-on-one spiritual direction now. I have a spiritual direction practice that I built based on the foundation of this program. And I've also learned to listen in the community differently than I ever had before. So I have been using this for years, and honestly, I never really left. I have been a small group supervisor, and now I am the director. And I am delighted to be able to partner with Heidi in this very important venture. And Heidi, I'm wondering what it is that has drawn you to offer this program, and what makes you so committed to providing this kind of training.
Thank you, Deidra. I guess I follow up the question with a question, and that's a question for you. When were you, those of you who are joining us, when did you encounter the last time where you were really heard? Where you were really heard? Most of the listening in our society is a means to an end, or what I can get out of it, or what I can prove to argue my point. Listening and spiritual companioning or spiritual direction, we use those interchangeably, listens on a deeper level to the nudgings of the Spirit of God or the nudgings of the divine, acknowledging that somebody is already created in wholeness and dignity. And how do we listen for those deeper longings and nudges and assist the person to join with that in new ways, or the group or the community to join with that in new ways? And so this listening is a different kind of listening. Rather than getting something, it's being something.
I love that. Rather than getting something, it's being something, a different kind of listening. And I'm wondering as a follow-up, why now?
Hmm.
Why do you think it's important to engage in this kind of training now?
Yeah, we are in a divided time. Certainly, I'm feeling it. We are in a time where we have an us them mentality, where safety seems like it's fleeting, and where we need to make sure to stake our claim and prove our point. And more than ever, what does it mean to exchange a different kind of listening and have a very different stance related to that, so that we begin where someone is, where we're listening on a deeper level to the longing and the tugs. And this listening assists first ourselves with those skills of listening, but also gives us the tools and awareness of how to listen to another, a group or a community with that.
Mhm. So that leads me to my final question. And it is, what is it that makes this program different? We know what it is, we know why now. Why this one? There's so many programs out there.
Mhm. Yeah, we Usually programs train in one-on-one spiritual direction or spiritual companioning, more of a formal setting of that. We work at one-on-one, group, community, or congregational, or even neighborhood, meaning my proximity of neighborhood, even in my workplace. And that can be informal as well. And so we work at spiritual companioning, recognizing that listening continually happens on a multitude of levels. And so we're learning ways to be in listening, but you'll also be taught the formal skills should you wish to be a spiritual director. And you will have the support in the surrounding and the community where your story is heard and you're given the skill set, some that you already have, of how to listen to the stories of another.
Yes, how to listen to the stories of another, which brings us full circle. When was the last time you were really heard? So if any of this resonates with you, piques your interest, please go to the Rolling Ridge website and find us there, Gateways to God. There's more information. There's a way to apply for the program. There's a way to get in touch with me. I'm Deidre Ashton at rollingridge.com. And if you're interested, we begin our program the end of January, the first weekend in January, a series of 6 retreats over the course of 2 years. We hope you'll join us in this exciting venture. Thank you.